How's everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7, and 'tis the season. Well, it's not the season to be bloody jolly till Newcastle United pull the finger out the arse and start getting a few victories on the board. Yes, it is another match day there coming as thick as Gabby Bonlahore's daft, stupid, retarded, ill-informed comments about the city of Newcastle. Yes, I hope everybody's okay. It rolls around again, doesn't it? And it's probably the best thing after a defeat, a disappointing defeat at the weekend. 2-0 against Arsenal. I thought Arsenal deserved the victory, to be honest. But, you know, that's in the history books. That's down in the record books. What lies in front of us is a fantastic opportunity to continue a record against these, which, you know, it has to be said, you know, it is a fantastic record. We haven't lost against these. 7 wins and 2 draws in the past 9 games. This stretches back, you know, over 20, 30 years. This particular record, it is a team that we do and we have over, you know, recent times had, you know, a bit of a hoodoo over. And we need to continue that. There can be no room for sentiment today. Grant Hanley, Tim Krul returning. Lewis obviously playing up against his former side that we bought him from. There can be no room for sentiment in this game. The season simply has to start from today. There's no other way around it. Newcastle have to get the 3 points. It is a make or break 90. I know I've said this previously, but as the weeks go by and the games tick down, and we get deeper and darker and more balls deep into the season, there's no doubt about it that these games just take on greater and greater significance. You know, look, against Arsenal, did anybody realistically expect us to get anything? No. Under Bruce, would we have been absolutely and utterly torn? Yeah, we would have been torn to piss and shreds, and we all know it. That would have been a cricket score under Steve Bruce. The score, you know, it wasn't shameful. We weren't humiliated. You know, Arsenal had a lot to prove, obviously, coming off the Liverpool game. I thought, you know, we could have had something out of it on another day. I think we were robbed with 2 penalties, to be honest. The Fabian Schär one and Callum Wilson one. He doesn't go down unless he gets an arm in his back, and that's denying a goal scoring opportunity. So to me, we could have easily had 2 penalties, and who knows how that game could have turned out if those had gone in. You know, we created some other chances. John Joe looking lively, looking bright. A shot onto the bar. So, you know, yeah, it's disappointing to lose the game, but I don't think it's certainly all doom and gloom. We're playing better football, certainly going forward. It's the defence. We haven't kept a clean sheet all season, and boy, does it tell. But we go into this game, which we know Matt Ritchie and Jamal Lascelles will sit out of, so there will be changes in that defence, and I think that's a good thing, and it's a massive opportunity for the likes of maybe a Fernandez coming back into the team, a Lewis coming back into the team to cement a place, because these 2 games coming up, I've heard people say, well, 4 points, so we've got to get at least 1 win, blah, blah. No, it is past the nicety stage. 6 points is an absolute must if we are, you know, to pull off this escape. And it is perfectly doable. Look, I said before, I put it on a post, Newcastle blew a 12-point lead at the top of the table. I said, you know, witnessed that. I sat through that. I suffered through that fucker. That is still fresh in the mind. Rafa Benitez went on a terrible run, 10 games without a win, and we recovered the season. Bobby Robson come in, and I thought we were down and out when Bobby came in. Sir Bobby Robson. Again, he turned it around. It isn't too late, but we have to start winning games of football matches, and we have to start keeping the odd clean sheet. And surely to God fucking damn, Norwich at home, who we obliterated in pre-season 3-0, and then Burnley at home, who, you know, we kept a clean sheet in the League Cup, didn't we, against them? So it's got to offer some sort of major attraction to get, you know, 2 wins, which will ignite the season. Then we go into a Leicester. Well, we all know what happened last season against Leicester. We've got Everton coming up as well. They're not in great form. Manchester United aren't the Manchester United of before. And a couple of wins and the odd point here and there, and things could look a lot healthier come the beginning of January, which, as we all know, is key and massive to Newcastle staying up this season, with investment there, with a checkbook open, you know, and hopefully players lined up to come in. And, if we can stay in touch, there's no doubt about it that players will take a punt on us. There's no doubt about it. Do not listen to some of the absolute fucking waffle shit that's coming from the likes of TalkSport on about players choosing the likes of Brentford over Newcastle. It's absolutely laughable. It's no disrespect to Brentford. I think they're doing amazing things, fantastic things. They're coming up through the leagues. And they're trying to make a name for themselves. But Newcastle is Newcastle. It is like comparing Barney the dinosaur and a bastard T-Rex. So, yeah, just ignore it. No, ignore it as much as is humanly possible. I know it annoys, it irritates, it pisses off, because it does to me as well. But ignore that. Tonight, getting back onto this, I see no reason why we can't get that first victory. We're going to have Eddie Howe there, so he's going to be in the technical area, organising, orchestrating, and everything else, micromanaging the result. And the result is all important, but he's talked about individual performances, team performances, improvements that can and should be made. And I am going up there now. I'm just getting ready to start a 240-mile round trip. And I'm going up there confident. I am confident that Newcastle are going to get this victory finally tonight to kickstart the campaign. We've got Callum Wilson, who will be itching to get a goal. With the attacking threat that we've got, I think Fernandes hopefully will come back in today, and he's going to have a point to prove, and that may well help us get towards this elusive clean sheet that we also, I think, are desperate to keep. If we can keep a clean sheet, again, it's going to give that defence confidence going in to the Burnley game. And look, we've got Dubravka back, can get Fernandes back. I'm fingers crossed that Lewis comes in and he has a good game, because you watch him internationally for Northern Ireland, he looks really good, especially going forward with the crosses and stuff like that in, and he's only going to get better. We spent a lot of money on this lad. Liverpool were after him. So, he's got to be given an opportunity. And look, I like Matt Ritchie. I like him a lot. I like his leadership. I think he maybe would be better elsewhere in the team, but there's no doubt about it. And I think, again, I put a picture up on the socials. He's costing us goals week after week after week. And as much as what he can offer going forward, as much as he's a fantastic professional, a great lad, great individual, if you're going to keep causing us to concede daft goals because you're out of position and everybody else is in line, that has to stop. It has to change. So that's either Matt Ritchie needs to change it, or he needs to be taken out of that position, because it's the definition of insanity to keep repeating the same, tried and tested, and coming up short and not coming up with what you want, and then just repeating and expecting something different. A lot of games this season have been decided by stupid defensive fragilities, individual mistakes, crazy decisions, this, that and the other, goalkeeping howlers. So look, we've got the keeper back. Let's make some changes to the defence. Let's tighten up the defence. Let's go and hopefully score a few goals tonight, entertain a bumper crowd. I'm expecting a great atmosphere tonight under the lights at St James's Park. Score a few, get the 3 points in the bag, and then move forward to Burnley. And obviously Burnley, they had obviously a weekend off, didn't they? Because their game was postponed. It looked a little bit Tino Asprilla, didn't it? Signing in the snow over at Turf Mill, but their game with Spurs was abandoned. But look, we've just got to take care of the first game tonight. They are coming off the back of a few results recently, and I think they got a goalless draw last time out against Wolves, so they're picking up points here and there. They will be over the moon with another point tonight. They really will. They will be wanting to avoid defeat. But it has to be about Newcastle. We have to dominate the ball, dominate the position, dominate the agenda, create the chances, be smart, be switched on, and start this season finally, and start scraping and clawing our way up to as close to 40 points as is humanly possible, and hopefully towards salvation, because there is no doubt there's brighter times ahead, but it starts with maintaining Premier League status this season, and then finally if we can get a couple of wins, I can then start getting a little bit more into the whole festive spirit and everything else like that, because at the moment Newcastle, it sucks the life force out of you. It's so, you get so down after defeat after defeat. You're driving back. You're miserable about what's just gone on, and you're worried about the club. And you know, if we go down, look, if we go down, we go down, and we'll come back up, no doubt about it, with the backing that we've got and the investment, etc. But it just puts you back a couple of years. And I've sat through the Joe Kinnears, I've sat through the Graham Souness stuff, I've sat through Pardew, Bruce Ball, all that sort of thing. And you want the success and the better football and everything else to come sooner rather than later. The thought of another championship tour, you know, one side of it, you think, well, you win week in, week out. There's lots of local games for me to be able to get to and stuff. Good. But look, it's all about staying in the Premier League. We've got to stay in the Premier League. And then we can start bloodying a few noses at those who've had cheap pops at us left, right and centre. So we can start doing that as soon as survival is confirmed. I'm still adamant that Eddie Howe is going to be able to do this. It's not mission impossible. It's mission difficult. It's, you know, not a walk in the park. But these lads can do it. They are much more talented than what the position in the table's showing, and we are playing better football, and I can see so much, you know, improvement since Steve Bruce was dragged out of the football club. I'm seeing improvements across the board. Things are so much better under the new ownership than opposed to the previous Ashley. Oh, yeah, years and years and years. So brighter times are ahead, but it starts with tonight. Come on, lads. 3 points, an absolute must. And in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, and I'll speak to you later.